Congratulations on the win. I want to get your thoughts, first of all, on the performance of the first half. You guys created a lot, and maybe 3 or 4 good chances there. Walking off the field, what's your attitude? What are you thinking heading into the locker room then?
Yeah, I think I think you hit it. I was very pleased with what was going on in the first half. I thought we were very intentional with our attacks and what we were trying to do, and the guys were executing well up until just putting the ball in the back of the net. And against a style that is challenging to play against, for us in terms of the second half, there wasn't a lot coming into halftime to really change. It was about recognize how they're going to adjust their pressing or their pressure so that we could adjust how we were starting our attacks again, because that was a big part of it. And then, when we get into those moments where we have our chances in the final product, that we need to put them away, and make this game more difficult. A couple of things on the defending side that we talked about, but it's the game shouldn't have been as close down the stretch, I felt like, as it was. We needed to. We need to be a little more lethal when we have those chances, and that's maybe the next step for this team, is that we don't have to suffer and sacrifice down the stretch, but we take our chances better, and we put a team away that we should put away a little bit earlier. So that was, for me, a little bit of the day. But in the end, as guys get a little bit tired, then little mistakes start to happen. That's when what they do starts to thrive, because they make it challenging in the man-on-man marking. And we made too many mistakes down the stretch. We got a little bit pulled apart on the defensive side of things, and obviously Bondi made some incredible saves to keep us in there at the end. But the group as a whole sacrificed, and they suffered through the last part in order to maintain a clean sheet. And and going into the break, we have 5 wins and 2 losses, and we're in a pretty good spot. So I'm pleased with the group overall.
You look at this as another character builder. I mean, you guys bouncing back from last week, 3-0 loss, and then you grind out this one here. That sort of builds your guys' character going forward.
Yeah, I see it as 2 things. Again, I thought the soccer in the first half was pretty clinical in many ways, again, playing against a unique opponent, of which we had a week to prepare for them. I thought the guys executed a lot of things very well, which was a nice step forward on that side of things, the tactical side of things, and their understanding and the execution of some of that. Again, just not the final product in some of it. And then, yeah, down the stretch, it becomes another one of those that you suffer a little bit at the end because you didn't take care of the business a little bit earlier, and those become character points down the stretch. And so it's early in the season, character building wins when you lock it down or hold on like that sometimes are good. But for us, we want to continue our steps have to be that we've got to get to a point where we put this team away earlier when we have that many opportunities. That has to be the next step. If we want to truly be a championship team, we've got to win that game going away.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Samuel. We'll go next to Kevin Baxter with the LA Times. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, congratulations. Thanks again for the time.
Thanks, Kevin.
You talked about, you should have put them away earlier and those kind of things. But isn't it true that a team in the course of a long season, you win games you should have lost, you lose games you should have won? This is a game where you put over 20 shots, you have over 20 shots, and you win on an own goal. I mean, what do you take away from that? That seems to be kind of a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll take them again at the start of a sort of a new project with a group that we're piecing together, and guys are coming together, and you take every win you can get in the process of building towards the vision of the group you really want to ultimately be. And so we take every win we can. Again, it's a group that is working hard. It's a group that is, over the course of this game, I thought did a lot of things right. And in the end, it's a group that had to suffer a little bit down the stretch to hold on to the 3 points just because the way the game played out. But that's soccer, and you can't ever really dictate exactly how the game's going to go for 90 minutes. Sometimes you just have to adapt and adjust, especially if you don't put away the chances you have. Then you have to adapt and get results however you need to. And that was the latter part of the game. We had to adapt and protect ourselves and do the best to scrap it out. So yeah, we'll take it. Again, it's a sign of a good team who's finding ways to take points, especially in stretches of games when it's not going the way we wanted it to go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Kevin. We'll go next to Gio Garcia. Gio, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, congrats on the victory. Just on that point, obviously you brought in Samuel Grandsir, and he was able to create that opportunity for you guys. What are your thoughts on him and what this game meant for him?
Yeah, I think for Sam to create a goal, to get a goal, off the deflection, didn't really matter how. It's just when guys come in, it's to be able to contribute to the team and for an attacking player, it's to be able to contribute in the way of assists and goals and things like that. And so I think for him, he's had some good stretches and some times where he's still trying to adapt to the league and the teammates and understand everything that's kind of going on around him. I think it's a huge moment for him to feel like he's really contributed to the group in a way where you can see it on the scoreboard and you can see it in the points column, and it's not just in the work or a moment here or there. There are actually tangible numbers there that he has now that are with him that he can feel good about. And so I'm happy. He's still adapting. He's one of the players who probably speaks the least amount of English on the team, and so some things he picks up, some things he doesn't. We're trying to work with him on that. So he's still adapting to a lot of things within the environment as things are going on and happening. But he had a bit of an ankle issue last week, we know, so he didn't train the whole week this week. So getting in and helping us to make a difference to get 3 points, I think, is a huge thing for his confidence and just, again, him continuing to settle into our team and this league and everything else. So I was pleased with that.
Thanks, Stuart. We'll go next to Sophie Nicolau. Sophie, go ahead.
Jonathan Bond is turning out to be quite a leader in his team on the pitch. He's very commanding. He gives this sense of confidence to that back line that maybe LA Galaxy hasn't seen in a couple of seasons. Can you tell us a little bit about whether or not he's that kind of guy in training and behind the scenes as well when he takes on the persona of you and is one of your most leaders on the pitch? He was exceptionally impressive again today.
He is. He's a very hard worker. He's very open-minded in terms of learning and the work he's putting in and working with Kevin on the goalkeeping side and us and just in the terms of the vision of how we want our goalkeeper to play. He's obviously a very talented goalkeeper who didn't get a ton of opportunities over in England, but he had the opportunity here to come in and to earn the #1 spot and be the #1 guy of which a team could rely on, and he's been every bit of that. And I think as he has settled in, he's as you mentioned, he's become a leader in the back. He's become a guy who's communicating to everybody in important moments, and he's very connected to the group in every aspect. And so it's wonderful to have that because it brings a lot of confidence, as you said, to the line in front of them. It brings a lot of confidence to the group to know that, on the odd occasion when you make a mistake, tonight maybe too many saves on his behalf, but when you make the mistake, you have somebody back there who can really help you out, and he's been fantastic in that way. And as I say every game, we've got to start to minimize the number of those saves that he has to make, but it's nice to know he's back there and doing it for us when we need it.
Thanks, Coach. Have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks, Sophie. We'll go to the final question with Chris Maldonado. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, thanks for the time.
Hey,
congratulations on your win tonight. Congratulations on the continued unbeaten streak at home. I did have a question regarding Jonathan Dos Santos. He went down in the 53rd minute. Can you give us any details on that? Was it something that was previously bothering him, or was this something completely new?
It was, he felt the calf tightening up. He's had issues through the early part of the season with cramping in his calves and different moments where he's had calf issues. Nothing that so far that we've had to deal with in any serious way, but things that have been debilitating, and whether that be in stretches of games or whatever. I don't know that it's anything beyond the tightening up and feeling like he couldn't really move the way he wanted to out there, or if there was any fear of further damage or risk that was associated with why he couldn't really continue. But I don't have any further really information other than I don't think it's anything serious, but I don't have anything more really to add to that at the moment.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks, Greg. We appreciate your time as always. That's all we'll take for today.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
That led to the goal, and then I have a follow-up to that.
Donne-nous tes impressions sur l'action qui a mené au but. Alors voilà, on a trouvé un décalage où je vois que Victor il fait un très bon travail. Il la met à Sacha et Sacha il me la décale. Donc voilà, j'ai vu qu'il fallait aller en 1 contre 1. Je suis allé, c'est passé. Et avec un peu de réussite, je voulais centrer pour Chicharito et ça a contré. Et tant mieux, ça a fait but.
Victor does a great job, and Sasha gave me the ball on the side. I see that our 1v1 is needed. I do it, and then I'm a bit lucky because I want to cross the ball to Chicharito, but an opponent touches the ball and it goes in the goal.
And how comfortable are you now with what Greg wants out of you so far this season?
À quel point tu te sens à l'aise avec ce que l'entraîneur veut de toi jusqu'à présent cette saison?
Ouais, je me sens très à l'aise parce que voilà, le coach il m'a mis à l'aise, il m'a mis en confiance. Voilà, je sais qu'il a confiance en moi. Voilà, malgré que j'ai eu des petites périodes difficiles avant de venir ici à Los Angeles Galaxy, où ça faisait 1 an presque, j'avais pas fait de compétition. Et il a eu confiance en moi, donc ça fait toujours plaisir. Et là, je reprends mes jambes petit à petit. Et ça va venir, j'espère.
I feel very, very comfortable. The coaches give me a lot of confidence. They trust me. And it's even more important because before coming here to LA Galaxy, I was 1 year without competition. And it's coming back slow, but it's coming back, and I think it's going better and better.
Thank you.
Thanks, Damien. We'll go next to Gio Garcia. Gio, go ahead.
Hey, Samuel. Congrats on the victory. Congrats on the goal opportunity. I'm just curious. Could you give us your thoughts on Major League Soccer and how it compares to other places you've been?
Est-ce que tu peux nous donner tes impressions sur la MLS et comment ça se compare aux autres championnats dans lesquels tu as joué?
Dans le championnat par rapport au championnat de France, je trouve qu'il y a beaucoup d'intensité. Il y a des très bons joueurs techniques, mais je pense surtout beaucoup d'intensité. C'est un championnat assez difficile parce que, comme j'ai dit, voilà, les joueurs sont assez costauds, très, très forts athlétiquement. Voilà, après, nous, personnellement, je trouve qu'on a une très bonne équipe qui joue très bien au ballon et qui a la capacité de faire des très belles choses pendant cette année-là.
If you compare Major League Soccer to France, there's a lot of intensity, but there are also technical players, but intensity is the main difference. What is difficult for me is that players here are strong and very athletic, and that makes it a difficult league. But we have a good team, a very good team that is playing with the ball, and that has a lot of possibilities this year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gio. We'll go to the last question from Chris Maldonado. Chris, go ahead.
Hey, Samuel. Thank you for taking the time. You have come into a team, different country, different language. We know it's been a bit of a learning curve for you, but now you have a fellow Frenchman playing opposite to you, Kevin Cabral. You guys have been spending some time together. I understand you guys are living in the same hotel. How important has that been for you? How comfortable has it made you? And how do you feel going forward now that there will be more of your Frenchmen coming over? Is that going to make a difference for you?
Tu arrives dans un nouveau championnat que tu dois apprendre à découvrir, mais tu dois aussi apprendre la langue. Cependant, tu joues avec Kevin Cabral, dont tu apparemment est assez proche, vous vivez dans le même hôtel aussi. À quel point ça fait une différence pour toi pour pouvoir t'adapter?
Après, avant que Kevin Cabral arrive, comme je le pensais, comme j'ai toujours dit aussi à mes coéquipiers, je les remercie parce qu'ils ont toujours été là pour moi, même si je ne parlais pas très bien la langue encore. Et ils ont toujours été là pour moi, c'était un très bon groupe, ça rigolait bien, tous soudés, une grande famille, quoi. Et c'est vrai qu'aussi que l'arrivée de Kevin Cabral, ça m'a fait aussi plaisir, parce que voilà, c'est toujours bien d'avoir quelqu'un de, entre guillemets, de chez toi, de France qui vient. Donc plus aussi deux autres joueurs qui vont arriver qui parlent aussi français, donc c'est toujours bien. Mais après, comme j'ai dit, l'équipe aussi elle m'a toujours mis bien, toujours mis à l'aise, j'ai toujours rigolé avec eux, ils m'ont toujours soutenu, donc voilà, je suis très content d'être ici.
Even before Kevin Cabral arrived, my teammates were always there for me, and I really want to thank them. We have and we still love a lot. The group is like it's a big family here, and of course, obviously, Kevin Cabral arriving, it's great for me because it's always nice to have someone from your home country, and there will be two other French-speaking players who will arrive, so it's great too. But I've always felt supported by the whole team, and the group is very united, and that's great.
Awesome. Thank you, Samuel, for your time, and thank you, Matthias, for the translation. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's all we'll take.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi,
Congrats on the win and the 12 saves.
Thank you.
How does it feel on a personal level to be able to achieve that record and be a key contributor in the team's win and the way you guys have started the season and also getting the clean sheet today?
Yeah, it feels good. Kind of maybe been a bit unlucky up in the games beforehand where I felt like I've made quite a few saves and then we've just come out on the wrong side of the result. So it was just nice to make some saves today and for us to hold on and win 1-0. So yeah, especially in a rivalry game, it feels good. So I'm very happy.
Thanks, Katia. We'll go next to Gio Garcia. Gio, go ahead.
Hey, Jonathan, congrats on the victory. Congrats on the save. Everybody else on social media is calling you a brick wall. You didn't let anything go through. It looks like you had in your mindset that you weren't letting the ball go through. Is that what you had?
I try to every game, yeah. But it's just one of those things. Like early in the half, I made a nice early save, and then you feel a bit more confident, maybe a bit more comfortable. But to be honest, yeah, they had quite a few shots from outside the box, and then wasn't until later in the game where they were kind of slipping things in between and getting some crosses in, putting some real pressure on. So it was more the second half. It wasn't just me either. We defended really well as a back unit. The midfielders were stepping out and getting to people on the edge of the box, tracking runners. The centre backs were winning headers, and the full backs were stopping crosses. And I felt like, although it was 12 saves, I thought we defended quite well.
Thoughts on being called a brick wall?
Sorry?
I said thoughts on being called a brick wall.
Yeah, it's nice. You see other keepers getting called it on social media when they're doing well, so it's nice that everyone says that about me now. So yeah, I'll take it.
Thanks, Gio. We'll go next to Andy Diosa. Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Jonathan, congrats on the great performance. Along those same lines that Gio just asked, I mean, everybody on social media is very happy with your performances and how you've started the season with the Galaxy. Do you feel that type of love from the fans? Are you hearing anything in the stadium, maybe that they're saying to you as you walk off, or maybe just in public? Do you feel that they're embracing you really as one of the, I guess, best signings that the team has had this offseason?
Yeah, I do, to be honest. I do feel it. I feel, I try not to look at social media too much, but you get a general idea of how people are feeling, and then especially in the stadium, you can feel the love from the fans. But to be fair, the fans have been positive with I've not seen them be negative to anyone, so they're positive and very supportive of everyone. I felt comfortable as soon as I stepped on the pitch on day one, or at least the first home game against New York. So yeah, I want to thank them for their support, because it's a nice feeling when you're looking forward to playing at home in front of your own fans, which isn't always the case in football. So yeah, I thank them.
Thanks, Andy. We'll go next to Kevin Baxter with the LA Times. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Jonathan, thanks for your time. Congratulations on the shutout. A great start. You probably know that you're 11,000 saves so far this year, the most in the league. But do you realize that you have your 2 shutouts at home You've given up 3 goals in games on the road twice. Is there a difference between home and road? I mean, I know the defense figures in that too, but is there a difference between home and road? You're more comfortable here. Is it more important to win at home?
First of all, it is really important to win at home, and that was one of our targets when we sat down before the first game against Miami. We kind of set some targets for different stages of the season, and we wanted to be really strong at home. You can't really achieve anything if you're not strong at home, and people don't look forward to coming to play you. But to be honest, no. I mean, we played a really good team in Seattle. Maybe, yeah, just kind of got specific things wrong at important moments in the game, and a good team like that can punish you. And then the Portland game, I felt like we were the better team, and I don't think we'd have ever conceded 3 in that game if we didn't have 10 men. So it was a different game, especially second half. So I mean, those are 2 instances that you said. Obviously, I can't just say, oh, those games don't matter. Like, obviously, we don't want to concede goals, and maybe there is something in feeling more comfortable at home, but that's not a bad thing if we're playing in front of our own fans.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. We'll go to Larry Morgan next. Larry, go ahead.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for speaking with us again in a matter of days. Has the, as you look back in your first few games here with the Galaxy, has the experience been what you thought it would be, or everything you thought it would be, maybe even more than that so far, back-to-back clean sheets, and the team is playing well? Has the experience been what you thought it would be, or more?
Yeah, it's been what I hoped it would be, from my perspective, for sure. But in terms of the just kind of away from my perspective of things, yeah, it's been nice that every game is it's like a big spectacle, and every game is on TV, and there's a lot of fans, obviously as many as we can get in the stadium, and the game days feel special and they feel like a big event. So that's been nice. The teams we've played against have been good quality, and the league's been exciting. So yeah, from both perspectives, I've been happy.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We'll go ahead and wrap there, Jonathan. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate everyone taking the time to join.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.